Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial on M2Q in Ableton and in this case also ChamSys. In the previous tutorial we configured Ableton for use with M2Q, and in this case we're going to configure ChamSys and test the connection. Again, these two show files, so the M2Q tutorial show file for Ableton and the show file for ChamSys are downloadable. You can find a link below this video. So in the previous tutorial we made sure that Ableton was configured correctly. So if I press play here, we can see that in this case playback 3, MIDI track 3 is sending MIDI to M2Q on MIDI channel 3, and we're seeing it here also, it's being sent. And if we now go to Magic Q, we're seeing that playback 3 is receiving data, and yeah, it's running all its cues nicely. So let's go to the output, and there we see that the value of each cue is getting higher and higher, as you see. So it's 75, 80, 90, and it's full here, and then it's going lower. This is of course because of the envelope. Let's see here, if we go to playback 3 and then we go to the envelope, you see, it's pitch bend. Let's see the modulation. Here we see that yeah, the envelope is doing its job. The value is getting higher and higher, and a miraculous thing is if I put the fader down, you'll see that the output is still coming up and going down, because the ChamSys remote protocol overrides the fader level of your desk. So it's quite yeah, quite sturdy system. So that's all nice, it works, but let's see how we need to configure ChamSys for this to work. So I'll do a shift release, and then I'll go to setup, and then yeah, in setup we go to network, the setup view settings, and then network, and that's where we have to configure some stuff for M2Q to be able to send its remote control protocol messages to ChamSys. So the first thing we need to do is we need to set the IP address of ChamSys to something which is an ArtNet IP range. So it needs to be 2xxx. So because ChamSys, or I'm sorry, M2Q sends its messages at the moment by broadcast, so it doesn't matter which IP you choose, just as long as it's an ArtNet in the ArtNet range. Furthermore, what we need to do is we need to set the Ethernet remote protocol. We need to select this option, ChamSys remote protocol RX no header. This means that we can receive remote protocol messages. And the playback sync port should be 6553. When we have configured these three options, M2Q can talk to your desk. I'm working on a laptop, as you can see, and one thing which is important when you're working on a laptop, of course, is to make sure that Magic Q PC is out of demo mode. The way I do this is I've connected M2Q to Ableton via USB. The network port of M2Q connects to an Ethernet cable and goes into a switch, and from this switch I go to my laptop. There is also a ChamSys B4 node connected to the same switch, which makes sure that the software is out of demo mode. So why have I supplied these two show files? That's for you to make testing more easy. The thing is that when you don't have cues with the correct numbers at at the playback, it's hard to see if your communication between Ableton and ChamSys is working. So using this Ableton show file, in which an Ableton set is normally not called a show file but a session. This Ableton session, in which we make sure that we send speak to cues in the maximum range, 0 to 127, and we have cues present on all playbacks, also in the range 1 to 127. Make sure that testing is done really easily. And of course, these two show files are downloadable for your use right below this video. So, I hope you liked this tutorial, and I wish you all happy programming, guys. Bye.